Hi everybody, it's Kay with Kay's Crochet. I wanted to do this live today and give a review on crochet hooks and show some of the brand new Bernat Blanket yarn I got in. So pretty. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. I don't know if anybody's coming to the live or not, but if they come in, we'll just say hi and chat. So some of the first ones I want to show are ones I've sold for many years. So I have used every crochet hook under the sun. The first one I'm going to talk about is the Brittany's. These are the most beautiful crochet hooks you will ever use. Another thing I like about these, they're made in the USA, which is really hard to find. They're a just sweet, sweet family-owned company. Just adore them. The only bad thing with these is they're not so great for beginners. This is the throat of a crochet hook. So when you hear somebody say that, that's that little part right there. So the problem with the Brittany's is it's a very short throat. And then you've got, I do like the sharp point. But because the throat's kind of short, the yarn can slip off a lot. Especially if you're new and you're maybe not real comfortable holding your yarn yet. But amazing company. I love them. If you're more experienced, I just wouldn't use this for a first crochet hook. I also like that their packaging is recyclable. It's not overpackaged. So I love Brittany's. Just maybe get some experience before you use one. Great company, great people. Love them, adore them. Another one I'm going to talk about, another one of my favorites, is the Knitter's Pride wood crochet hooks. I love wood crochet hooks because they warm up in your hand and they're just really good for your hands. These are, the Knitter's Pride are all different colors depending on what size they are. They have a really good stamp with the, what size the hook is, and it does not wear off. So even after I've used them for years and years, they don't wear off. So I really like these Knitter's Pride. They also have the Knitter's Pride Rosewood, which are beautiful too. They're great. They come in a gift set. Love them. My hubby walking in the door.
Interrupted?
Yeah, it's okay. You're fine. The next one we're going to talk about is, used to be called Deborah Norville. Now they're just called Premier Crochet Hooks. Really pretty. I can't remember the name of this wood. It's foamy wood or something. The bad thing with these is this wears off real quick. So then you end up with hooks that you're not sure what the size is. Somebody said they were working on fixing that, but they're very similar to the Knitter's Pride, except whatever they used to stamp the size on doesn't tend to last like the Knitter's Pride do. They're really pretty hooks. I'm pretty sure now they're just called Premier. I don't know why they took the Deborah Norville name off of them, but they did. I don't know. Okay. Now we're going to talk about the metal hooks. Everybody has some of these. They're usually really cheap and inexpensive. The bad thing is they're cold and it takes a while to warm them up, so they can be a little harder on your hands. I usually use them to make our keychains with, or I use them when I'm traveling because if I lose one, I don't care because they're very inexpensive. So I'm probably going to be selling a lot of mine. We haven't made as many crochet hook keychains lately. But these are great to learn with, and if you lose one, it's not a big deal. Who cares? Go get another one. I think you can almost get these $20 for $1 or something. I don't know. They're pretty cheap. Another one I want to talk about is the light up crochet hook. I used to sell a ton of these, and then they just kind of, Amazon got a hold of them. And they just went so cheap I couldn't sell them for a profit anymore. The bad thing with these is they do fall apart. You can see this one's missing the black band. the little battery cover always falls off and you lose it. They are great for crocheting with black yarn, navy yarn. Great for that because they do, the light's nice and for using on dark yarns, but they're not real durable. They fall apart pretty easy. What else was I going to say about this one? Oh, and the heads are not, like an eye is not always an eye. The smaller ones are more accurate, but once you get past like H and I are almost the same. I talked to the owner when I used to sell a lot of these, and I told him he really needed to fix that. Nice guy, nice family. I just think he didn't, well, I'm not going to go into all that, but he's a really nice guy. If he sees this, still love you, just not going to sell these because I can't make any money on them. But they're not a bad little hook. They're great for dark yarns. Or people that have trouble seeing, or people that like to crochet in the car at night. If you're on a long road trip, not a thing wrong with that. Then we're going to go on to Chokku Hooks. These are really reasonably priced, especially if you need a big hook. These have a nice finish. They don't warm up as much as the other wood hooks do. I don't know if it's because the wood they're made out of. The only other thing I've noticed is on the smaller ones, like if you get to a size P, the finish isn't quite as nice as it is on the bigger ones. So, but not a bad hook at all for the price, especially if you need to get some big ones for a reasonable price. I sell the U-hook in my scarf kit because that way people can get a kit for not a lot of money, because I know it's hard for people. Okay, the newest hook is the Hook Nook. Brand new. These are really hard to get. I just got them in 2 sizes. All I could get was H and I. I hope you can see it. I couldn't get it out of the box. It's an ergonomic hook. It's made out of resin, so it's a big plastic hook. I wish I could get it out of the box without damaging it, but I've already got these sold, so I can't damage it. I don't like the over packaging. If you're here, say hi. Anyway, I'm not a fan of over packaging. I think this is way over packaged. Makes it more expensive to buy. This one retails for $9.99. Makes it harder to ship because the package is so big, so then it costs more to ship it. I wish they'd rethink that, really. In today's age, we don't need all this over packaging. So hopefully they'll rethink that. But I know people are liking them because they're really hard to get. So I've got sizes H and I. If you need an ergonomic hook, people are liking them. So there you go. Another new one on the scene is the Purple Heart hook. I've sold a lot of these. People are just raving about them. They love them. The proceeds from this goes to charities for military families. One of their main ones is Operations Homefront. So they help veterans and their families. So, you know, great cause. Not too overpackaged. I don't know why they always put plastic on these. I mean, Brittany never puts plastic on theirs and they ship fine. But it's not that bad, I guess. I just, with all the trash we have these days, I just always think less is more. But seeing really good reviews. Now, I do worry about whether the writing's going to rub off on these because it doesn't look like it's imprinted very deep. So that worries me a little bit, but they're so new, I don't think we'll know yet until people use them for a while. These are more expensive. I think these run $12 to $14, made out of wood. Now, these say they're ergonomic too, but they don't have quite the big handles that most ergonomic hooks have. So, not bad. A lot of good reviews on this one. My all-time favorite, especially, now mine's sturdy because I've used it for so long. This is my favorite hook, Clover Soft, not Soft Touch, but the Clover Armor. This one is my favorite for Bernat Blanket yarn because it's just really smooth and the yarn slides really good. I love this hook. I've got carpal tunnel from typing and crocheting for so many years. So this really helps me. My wrists don't hurt as bad when I use this. My favorite one of this one for Bernat Blanket yarn is the MP. I don't have one handy right here. I meant to bring one down, but I forgot. But the MP is perfect because it's just kind of a blend between N and a P hook. This one is a PQ. This is good too for Bernat Blanket yarn. Sometimes I go this big, but the NP seems to work the best. It's the one with the purple handle. I'm hoping to get more of these in. I'm out right now because everything's hard to get right now. A lot of people keep asking, why is everything still so hard to get? Trying to get, most of the stuff is made in China. That's just a fact. So it's really hard to get things in through customs. Anything for coronavirus has got priority, which it should. So any medical supplies coming over has priority over craft supplies. And a lot of the craft supplies were getting appropriated too. Elastic and stuff to make masks. So crochet hook, anything made in China and trying to ship here is hard to get. I suspect it's going to get worse. I think it's going to get harder to get yarn because it's almost all made in China. I know I've got stuff. The last shipment I had coming from China normally takes 30 days, took 120. So, yeah. So you can imagine these huge containers of yarn and crochet hooks. They're really getting held up in customs and taking forever. I know a lot of the new yarns that are coming out, it's been a huge problem trying to get them in from customs. And I did manage to get some of the brand new Bernat Blanket yarn Ombre. The only color I could get was violet. Super pretty. What do you think? Love it. I do wish it was just a little more stayed in the same family, but I think each color from what I saw is a little bit different. So I only was able to get like 8 of these. So they're on my Etsy store, not my website yet. Sometimes I update my Etsy store because it's easier and quicker when I know something's going to sell really quick. And I don't have a lot of it, then I put it on the Etsy store because putting something on my website's a little more involved. So super pretty. So it's still the 300 gram size. They packaged it just like the Bernat Blanket stripes. So it's in the round, which I like these better than the long ones. They're easier for us to ship to you guys. They're a little less expensive to ship because they don't take up the length. So I wish they would just package all of them like this. Anybody looking to, I did just get in some Bernat Blanket yarn baby yellow, which is really hard to get. So I do have baby yellow back in stock. The other funny thing I want to talk about with the crochet hooks is years ago when I first started selling crochet hooks, because I crochet, I know these things, so I started putting them in sets of 3. So I would sell them like GHI, IJK, because I know as a crocheter, that's how I want to buy them, because usually you have your 3 favorite sizes, right? So for mine, it's IJK. That's what I use the most because I don't like little hooks or little yarn. But most crocheters are the same way. So I started bundling everything and selling them in 3s. And then what happened? All the manufacturers noticed what I was doing. So they all copied me. That's a true story. So the guy like with the, getting wild here, the guy with the cornerstone hooks, he actually even called me and said, oh my gosh, what a great idea. I can't believe I didn't think of it. And then, you know, especially with these, I would then sell a full set. And we used to do a full set with a free set of batteries. And he was like, oh, I'm going to start packaging them that way. And I said, well, that's great. I'm glad I gave you this great idea. Maybe you give me the hooks for a little better price. He said no. So, but it's funny because then I noticed that Premier was doing it. They started packaging theirs 3 hooks at a time. And yeah, it's so funny. But they never give credit where credit's due. This is because I've been doing this a long time, and I've had some of the biggest yarn companies copy my patterns. And then I have the suppliers like copy everything I do. It's funny to me. I mean, you think every once in a while they could throw me a bone, right? For giving them all, for kind of taking all my ideas. But anyway, I looks like somebody's in the live chat. I don't know. Do you want to say hi? Or are you shy? That's okay. You don't have to. But anyway, that's my crochet hook review for today. I'll probably go through and edit this and try to take out some of the nonsense. But if anybody ever has questions about crochet hooks or yarns or anything, just comment below. Be sure to subscribe. And I will talk to you guys later. Have a great weekend. Bye.